Hello everybody, I'm here with my road bike and I'm pointing at the shaft that holds the post that steers my road bike. Now, I didn't ride this road bike for the 8 weeks that I was recovering from my pacemaker surgery, but when I felt like I could get back on this thing, I noticed that the steering was stiff. It was what the bike guys call notchy, so it's not safe. So I got YouTube and found out that what happens is that when a bike just sits like this, the bearings here and the bearings down at the bottom of this shaft get sticky. They need to be greased and reset. So I watched the YouTube and I thought, you know, I can actually do this myself. So I took the shaft apart and I got the post out of there, found the bearings, got some good grease, greased them all up real good, and reset them. But do you think I could get this thing back together? I want to tell you, I'm out in the garage and the sweat is pouring off of me and I can't get the bearings here. I can't get this tight. I tried one thing, I tried another thing. I could not get this thing back together right. In fact, I'll be honest, I tried 3 times. Took it all apart again, re-greased the bearings, and tried to get that thing set. After 3 times, I thought, oh, I'm just going to give up. I'm going to have to take this to a bike shop or I'm never going to get this bike put back together. So I thought, well, maybe I better go back inside, get a cold glass of water and come back and try it again. And I did. Took it all apart again, got the bearings out, re-greased them, set them, and very slowly put this thing back together, and I got it. I was so pleased. I went for a ride. It's working perfect. It's still working. It's still working perfectly. Success, finally. Many of you who are watching this video, well, you may be facing right now a challenge that for you is virtually insurmountable. I know many of you have health issues that are just, well, they've got the best of you. And there's family issues out there. There's relationship issues. And of course, we're all concerned about the state of our country. And, you know, as Christians, how do we live in a country like this now with insurmountable problems? And even our own church seems to be changing right before our very eyes. And as you try to, like me, you try to put everything back together and you're encountering some problems, as I did with my road bike. You may even feel like abandoning the cause because it's just all too hard. You may even be at a point where you're not so sure that you can trust God anymore. Maybe you're doubting that God could ever help our world and our country or our church or you personally with things that you're passing through. Well, may I remind you that you must never, ever give up. You must not. You must press on. You must keep trying. You must keep trusting. I started my day reading some church history this morning because it helps me when I hear about what people faced in the past that, quite frankly, is harder than what we are facing right now. Those people didn't give up. They didn't quit. Because you see, they were totally convinced of God's goodness and of His power and of His wisdom and the fact that God is ordering all things and that we ought not to question what God is doing. So that you and I actually need to persevere in the mission that He has given to us to touch this world, to love this world, to serve one another. It's such a broken world, and the way that you and I can put things together is by getting out there and doing what Jesus really wants us to do. Well, I'm glad I didn't quit after the 3rd try, and I'll tell you, I was ready to quit. I'd had it, and I'm glad I just took 30 minutes, catch my breath, drink a cold water, and I went back out there and I got that thing going. And it was so satisfying. I can't tell you how satisfied I was. I actually went for a ride and I've been riding ever since. And when I look at that, it is a reminder to me, don't quit.